So Vitor, the big thing, 20-year anniversary. How is that for you? How is that just thinking about 2 decades since you started in the UFC, not even your career altogether? So how is it, that feeling?
It is a tremendous gift from God, to be able to still perform in a high level and be relevant in the sport. For me, it is amazing. So I was just making some interview, and we were talking when I was champion with 19 years old. Calvin was 4 years old, turning 5. So it's pretty cool.
And that was my next question since you brought it up. Gaslam, a much younger opponent, and I think a lot of people were kind of surprised when they announced the matchup because you were coming in from fights against big names, and then again Gaslam, who's doing well, but still he doesn't really carry the weight of some of your opponents. When did you first hear who Gaslam was, about his name? When did you first pay attention to him?
I can't remember, but he's one of the young guns,
Yeah.
He's for sure he's pretty relevant still, and I think he's going to have a bright future. But this Saturday is going to be my Saturday.
And you had mentioned that before Brunson was offered to you.
Yes, was offered, but he turned down.
Yeah.
And then Gasly step up.
And you took it, that fight with Brunson.
Yeah.
So at this point for you, it doesn't really matter the weight of the name?
I want to fight guys that are relevant. I just don't want to fight fights that, I don't want to pick fights that have probably, because now fighters are picking fights that get probability to win, 40s. They almost like, this sport has become not like it used to be before,
Yeah.
So now fighters are taking fights that, I think I can win this guy. No, this guy is, I don't have. So I think I'm the young, the older generation where we want to make the fans happy with fights, and fights that brings a challenge, and Calvin is a guy who brings the challenge.
Since we're on that subject, let's talk about the champion of your division, Bisping. You had been a little critical of him in the past just because of that. You were saying that he was picking fights. How did you feel about GSP?
I don't want to.
Okay.
This is not my. I don't have nothing to talk about it. I hope they have a great fight. That's the fight it is. The organization make the calls. I'm not gonna spend my time here, promoting something that I'm not part of it. So no reason to do it.
You've talked a lot about how your name is already in history. You've done so much already. But coming into this fight on a skid, because you've lost your last 2 to big names, but they were losses. Does that carry any weight for you? Is there anything at stake, or do you feel like there's really not that big of a pressure to win anymore?
It's when you come a mindset. People are very critical about themselves. People today, they live in the past or in the future.
Yeah.
That's a big problem of human nature. So I'm enjoying the moment. Nothing I can do about it. Things that happened before, but that doesn't mean it's gonna keep the same. So the problem with human nature is like people are afraid to take risks. I fell. I'm not gonna take risk anymore. No, I fell. I'm taking another risk. What's the difference between fail 3 times, 2 times, 4 times, 5 times? That's if you see history, people that fail the most is the most successful people. So I encourage people to take risk and don't be afraid. Just enjoy life.
How is your mindset since you talked about it? You've been talking about the need to rekindle a flame and just really light that up inside you again.
Because that's the only way you can fight. That's the only way you're going to compete. If you have a flame, if you have a fire, if you have a competition in you that's what makes you a fighter. You cannot try to, a lot of people are trying to become involved with the promotion, with the fame. I don't even thinking about that anymore because I've been doing this for so long. So, and you see, names are changing. People that do headlines are going to change, but people that have relevant for years making a headline that show the constants. I'm a contest. Constant being a headline. So for me, it's a pleasure. I don't need to become a persona to sell arenas, to sell fights. I am who I am. I make mistakes. I recognize my mistakes. And that's how you live, that's how you connect with people.
But how do you keep motivated for over 20 years?
That's a secret. Pretty soon I'm gonna make a book, and you guys buy the book. So I'll make a book. I'll make a book. How to keep the flame.
Yeah. Okay. Do we get signed copies of how to keep a flame alive?
It's being written down.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. I'm written down a book about things that makes me who I am. You know, because people connect with who you are.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're a Muslim, you're a Christian, you're just human beings connect with human beings. You know, we have the same feelings. You know, I believe that God is the same. For, you know, God looks the children all the same. You know, I have 3 children. They think totally different. I love them the same. So I think is be connected with human beings, loving people, you know, understanding them and respecting them. That's the most important thing.
And moving forward, I think obviously you're always going to hear that when you're going to retire. It's a common conversation, but that's not. Soon. That's all. That's what I was going to just ask you. Not that, but you've done so much and you've lived through so much. So
my second journey is being already sitting down. I'm creating a new program for fitness for regular people. I want to give back. It's like how I can give back for people that really. I see human beings like today. They're dying young. They are not living well. They have anxiety, and I want to be able to give back to them. So one of the things I'm doing, I'm creating a new fitness program that we're going to open a blocks of change of gyms. Now open to regular people, and I have a new program. I have gyms, I have different things, I have different ideas. I have even one idea I want to present for UFC. It's like creating a new league inside the UFC. We need something new. I can see now these new owners, they want to create something new. It's a lot of changing, but they didn't happen to change that I have in mind. So what I want to propose to them is creating a league inside the UFC, the Legend League. So we can bring back these retired people, bring back to the game and sell more tickets, give more opportunities for they can make more revenue. And of course, when you generate more revenue, you create a more, you know, imagine bringing the legend, you know, legends like Chuck Liddell or Brian Stan, you know, bring them back. And how you do that, create a new rule. You know, maybe a little big glove, no elbows, no knees, more time to rest, less time to fight. So you create rules that you can bring back this generation, just like NBA are doing now. They're creating a game with 3 guys in the court. So it's a lot of things can happen. And so my second journey is going to be bigger than because I have brains. You know, I still have some left. So I want to be able to make the fans happy and give them what they need. You know. Not just entertain them, but give them a pleasure to see legends. I think that's what they love to do. You know, why just retire them? Bring them back. You know, you can have guys fighting until their 50s. You know,
as long as they're fighting each other, you mean, not
until they're 50 years old. You know, like you create new rules, a new regulation. You add the platform. It's already the octagon is there. So creating a new rule that would be awesome. I want to see them back.
So your second stage would be just
who knows? Who knows? I have brains. Like you know, I have ideas. I have a lot of people, a lot of things, a lot of projects. This is one of the projects that I have. Why not create this in the UFC? You know, I can lead that. You know, we can make a title fight between me and one of the legends, and that can be a new program in the UFC.
But as it stands, you're fighting younger guys like
Gastelum. You can fight both.
Yeah.
Why not?
Do you feel, in terms of just the way you've taken care of your body over the years?
I have a lot of energy in me. I have a lot of energy. I have, you know, the fire is lighted up, and just keep it burning. I have a great team, great people around me, and you know my family support me. So let's have fun.